Welcome to the Unfuck Your Fitness podcast. I am your host, Christy Castillo, and I'm here to give you real talk and cut the BS so you can actually enjoy building a body you love. I'm a personal trainer obsessed with giving you simple action steps to take you from feeling stuck to feeling sexy. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's episode. In this episode, we are going to be piggybacking off of last week's episode in which I talked about how eating healthy isn't enough to get you the body you want. Eating healthy isn't enough to lose weight and keep it off. Eating healthy isn't enough. Period. It's good for you. It's amazing. You should be eating healthier. You should be trying to get healthier. Your goal should be overall health, and healthy eating is a part of that, but it's not enough it's just not enough. There are more factors that come into play. And one of the things I talked about in last week's episode that resonated with so many of you was the fact that possibly you're not eating enough, that eating healthy isn't enough. You need to be eating enough. Quite possibly you could be eating super, super healthy, but if you're not feeding your body enough fuel, your body will still hold on to the fat that you are trying to get rid of, which leaves you feeling stuck in this diet cycle of you're doing something wrong. This is not going to work for you, right? Something isn't right. You're stuck. And it just leaves you going back and forth and questioning all of the things. And so I have gotten a ton of messages about last week's episode. I've gotten a lot of DMs saying, hey, based on the episode that I just listened to, I'm wondering if I'm not eating enough. Can you help me with that? Or how do I know if I'm not eating enough? What are some things I can look out for? How do I calculate my macros? So when you listen to that episode or an episode similar to that, it makes you question, like, what am I doing? And it probably sounds like I, Christy, have some of the answers that you're looking for. And obviously I do. And I appreciate you reaching out. And I have responded and hopefully helped so many of you with that. But in this week's episode, I want to talk about a couple of physical signs that you are not eating enough. So things that you can look for in your day-to-day life, how you feel, that would let you know if you're not eating enough. I'm going to talk about 6 different things or I'm going to tell you 6 different signs to look for that could let you know if you're not eating enough. And the first one, it's not even one of the things I'm going to talk about later, but if you are stuck in a diet cycle, if you feel like you're eating healthy and you're just still not getting rid of the fat on your body, like if your body is not shedding the fat and shedding the weight that you feel like you should be shedding, then if you're not losing the weight like you want it to come off, then that is one sign that it's not even in my list of 6 that I have for later in the episode. That is one sign that you are not eating enough. I get a lot of messages, like I was saying, from you asking, this is what I'm feeling like. I'm working out. I feel like I'm getting a little toned. I'm lifting weights, but I'm gaining weight, or I'm not, shedding the pounds. Like I'm feeling like I'm gaining weight and I'm feeling better about the habits that I have picked up as far as working out, but I'm still feeling like I feel skinny fat, or I still have this muffin top, or I still feel fluffy, or I'm not physically changing size, right? I'm gaining muscle, but I'm staying the same. Like my jean size is the same. Nothing's physically changing other than me gaining a little bit of muscle. And so that's such a very common thing that I hear. And all of these signs, whether it be the 6 that I talk about in a few minutes, or the one that I just mentioned where you feel like you're making some progress, but you are not seeing that physical change, the weight come off, or the pounds drop off the scale, or the weight come off your body, or your jean size gets smaller, those physical attributes, those physical changes, that could be that you are not eating enough. And I know that because I've worked, that is true for me still. When I don't eat enough, I actually do put on a little fluff. I feel a little fluffy. I don't feel as energetic. So I can tell the signs in myself, I'm aware of them, that I'm not eating enough. But for you, I want to make that very clear. If you are holding on to body fat, it's because you're not eating enough and your body is not prepared to let go of that body fat. It does take some time, but there are a couple of other things that you can also look for to let you know that you are not eating enough. And all of these signs that I'm going to tell you about come from this diet cycle that we've been stuck in. And sadly, they've also become our normal. Feeling like shit, holding on to body fat. We are so used to feeling like shit. And we're so used to even thinking that we should feel like shit or that we need to feel like shit or be suffering while we're dieting. It's like that has just become a thing. I mean, you will hear people say like, well, I don't have any energy and I can't eat any carbs and I'm exhausted and I'm dieting. So of course that's what I'm going to feel like. And it's like, it's almost just become this thing where, yeah, I can't go out and, do anything fun. I can't sleep. I can't eat my favorite foods. Like I'm exhausted. Like I said, like these are things that are normal. And it's like all because I'm dieting right now. So of course I'm going to be suffering and miserable. And it almost just feels like that's what we've been made to think, that we should feel like shit. And we should think that feeling like shit is fine. And like, what makes us think that if we put our bodies through all this pain and suffering and torture, that our body would want to respond in the way we want it to? Have you ever thought about that? Like, here, body, for example, let me starve you, not feed you enough. Let me overwork you. Well, you'll be exhausted. But then let me not give you the rest that you want. We definitely won't rest enough. I won't give you as many nutrients as you need. So I won't, feed you as many calories. So you won't have as much energy as you need, body. And then in response to all of that shit, I want you to thank me and reward me with weight loss and a healthy body. Like what? How is that even legit? It's sometimes I think about the diet culture and the diet industry, and it's like if we just actually sat down and thought about it logically, we would think that it's crazy that this diet culture and what we're being taught and what we're believing from some people is like, how is that even legit? It doesn't make sense. Think about that. You are literally starving your body, under eating, you're overworking your body, you're not getting enough rest, you're not getting enough nutrients, you're not giving your body enough energy, and you're like, in response to all of that, I would like you to help me out and function really, really well. I'd like to have a ton of energy. I'd like to lose some fat. I'd like to gain muscle. Most importantly, I just want to see the number on the scale go down. Thank you very much. And your body's like, with what? How am I supposed to do that? Like, you literally treat me like crap and I'm supposed to reward you in a generous way with weight loss. It doesn't make sense. And when you look at it like that, it's like, well, no kidding. Well, no wonder I'm not losing weight, right? No wonder I have all of these physical signs, let alone the mental toll that this can take on you. But all these physical signs that I'm going to get into right now of how I feel, these physical signs are how your body is repaying you for that starving, that overworking, that under-resting, the under-nutrients, the no energy. This is how your body is thanking you. So I'm going to just go into these 6 things really quickly. I'm not going to really explain them. They're pretty self-explanatory, but I do want to cover them and I just kind of want to say them quickly. So you might have all 6 of these physical symptoms, probably do. And if you maybe haven't thought of them as being physical symptoms of being under eating, then you can think about them in this way now, because a lot of these things are normal. We just think this is how we feel because we are stressed, because we're overworked at work, because we're a mom, because we're a dad, because we're just so tired, and this is how we should feel. And that's not true. You don't have to feel this way. And a lot of it can just be because you're hangry, right? Because you're not eating enough. Your body needs more food. So number one is physical exhaustion and fatigue. You're feeling lethargic, you're unmotivated, and it's draining to move your body. It literally, you are exhausted, and any kind of movement from your body other than what like you have to do just isn't going to happen. You're physically exhausted and fatigued. Number two, you're lightheaded when getting up. You should not be seeing stars or feeling lightheaded when you stand up. Number three, hair loss. Hair is made up of a protein called keratin that your body makes naturally, but you do need to be providing your body with enough nutrients to be able to make that keratin. So if you're experiencing hair loss, it could be and probably is a sign that you are not eating enough. Number four, you're cold all the time. If you're always the one with a jacket on, or even in like a normal temperature or a hotter temperature, you're always cold, this could be a sign that you're not eating enough. Number five, you are constipated often. And number six, you get sick often. So those are things that, if you think about physical exhaustion, you're tired all the time. You get lightheaded when you stand up. Your hair is thinning. You're cold often. You're constipated. That could be because of like, I have digestion issues, right? If you're getting sick often, your immune system is down. It's like we have all of these reasons why when you say, well, I'm tired all the time, there's an excuse for that. If you say your hair is thinning, well, there's an excuse for that. If your digestion is way off and you're constipated all the time. So many times ladies come to me and they're like, I just don't poop. Like I poop once every few days. It's not normal for me to poop. It's never has been. That's not normal. Just because it's not normal, like just because it's normal for you to not have a stool every day doesn't mean it's normal. So we've like normalized all of these things, right? Or getting sick often. You're just not healthy. And while that's a normal thing, if you look around, a lot of people have these physical symptoms, but it doesn't mean that it should be normal. Just because something is normalized doesn't mean that it should be normalized. It doesn't mean that it is normal. It's just normal for the majority of people who are unhealthy and who are also under eating. So the good news is if you have some of these symptoms, there is an easy fix, right? No matter how used to these physical symptoms you are, it's not normal and it's not okay. You've just been normalized to these symptoms. You've heard them so much from so many people that you think it's okay. But always listen to your body and always do what you need to feel healthy and to be truly healthy. You don't have to do what other people are doing. You don't have to feel as shitty as other people are feeling. You don't have to be part of the conversations where I'm so tired and so drained and I don't have time to eat and I'm sick all the time. And you don't have to be part of that conversation. And like I said, a quick fix of that is to start to eat more, protein particularly, but carbs are a huge factor in this, and so are fats. Your body needs all three macronutrients from food, from calories, but it just takes a little bit of eating more. And so honestly, my advice in that situation is not to make it super, super healthy. Yes, incorporating a salad every day would be an amazing choice, right? Incorporating some chicken and rice and sweet potatoes. Like those are quick things I think that we all think of as healthy, but you could also add in a sandwich. You could also have a bowl of cereal. I don't honestly care. I've actually been obsessed with the Magic Spoon cereal, so highly recommend that. And I actually just got some high protein granola cereal and one is called Catalina Crunch. So I have been actually looking into, I love cereal. So I've been looking into some higher protein options for cereal. So of course I wouldn't go to, straight like Captain Crunch or something like that, but you can add in a bowl of cereal. You can add in some soup, like anything that you really like to eat. I mean, over the weekend we had lasagna. I couldn't tell you the last time I made a lasagna. Yes, it's very carb heavy, but I thought the day after I made it, I could have added some of that Good Culture brand cottage cheese, and that would have upped the protein amount. So there's ways you can sneak protein into things. You can have protein pasta. You could have protein oatmeal. You could have a protein shake and a protein bar, like things like that. But you can also just make it super simple and have a freaking sandwich every day. It's not rocket science. I don't want you to make this so complicated to where, well, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start to get more calories in my diet. Just eat more and make it a semi-healthy option. It doesn't matter. And then the other way to kind of piggyback too off of last week's episode is to track. If you open up MyFitnessPal and you should be eating no less than 1,600, 1,700 calories a day. I don't care who you are. So if you start tracking in MyFitnessPal what you're eating right now and it's less than 1,600 calories, you need to bump that up. Absolutely 100%, 1,000%, you need to be eating at least 1,600 calories. If you're not, throw in a sandwich, throw in some of those other options that I told you, but you need to be eating at least that much calorie-wise. And then after you've nailed that much calorie-wise, you should go back and focus on your macro splits. But that's just a quick way to kind of look at these physical symptoms, see how many you have, let it alarm you. If these things are normal and you've just thought, wow, I thought all of these things were just normal because I'm tired or whatever the excuse may be, start to realize that it's not normal. Take a serious look at what you are doing to your body. Think about the fact that you're under eating. And not only is it causing those 6 things that I talked about, plus your body is holding on to fat, plus your body is exhausted and you're just treating your body like crap. Like, take a serious look at what you're doing to your body. How are you treating your body? And how are you expecting your body to thank you? And how is it actually thanking you? And is it appropriate? Is your blood test from the doctor coming back like you're not in really good shape? Are you overweight? How's your BMI, right? Where are you on the charts? The doctor's charts are not completely accurate, but still, you get the idea. Like, where are you right now health-wise? That's a direct reflection of how you're treating your body. So don't treat your body like shit and expect your body to treat you and thank you with weight loss and a healthy body. It's not going to do that. So take a serious look at what you're doing, how you're treating your body, and then take a serious look at how you can change it. Very, very simple changes like eating more, you're welcome, can do a huge benefit for you, can be hugely beneficial for you. And this is not just a matter of looking good. Your health and your life and your quality of life actually depends on it. So I hope this was helpful. This is just kind of a quick little, gave you some physical signs if you're not eating enough, gave you some pep talk, gave you some real talk, hopefully opened your eyes a little bit. But this is exactly what I help my ladies with. I am changing up my programs a little bit. So in the next few weeks, if you follow me on Instagram, which hopefully you do at Christy Castillo Fit, you will be following along in my stories and seeing that I'm making some changes to better be able to get most of my clients into one space. So I have all my eyes, all my ears on you, and I can help you and teach you more effectively. I am working on a training center full of videos that you can go to at any time. You can access and look up a topic of conversation that I've coached on and get real-time help and a real response from me. So that training center is going to be amazing. And then working one-on-one with me is how this is expedited. So if we work one-on-one together through my private coaching, you get one call with me every single month. And we go through what you're struggling with, what you can work on. We make some goals for you. And we really just work on your schedule and how this works for you and what foods you like and how we can incorporate those into your nutrition and how you cannot be afraid of those goals. What kind of workouts do you like? How can we incorporate those into your week? How does that look for you? So making this work for you specifically is what I love to do. But like I said, things are changing. But in all of my programs, this is how I help you. This is how I teach you. This is the basis of my coaching, and my philosophies are you have to be treating your body kindly to be able to ask it for anything good in return, and your body will have to trust you, and it is a process. So take this seriously. I love you. I wouldn't be giving you this real talk if I didn't care. And share this episode with your friends on social media, wherever you chat with your peeps. Share this because I know that so many women and men, but I'm directly talking to women, suffer with these physical symptoms. And I think we just think that it's so normal. So I would be honored if you shared my podcast, got it out into the world so I could get to more people and help more women. And I will talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to today's show. Go ahead and leave a rating and a review. And of course, follow the podcast so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And I would love it so much if you came to connect with me over on Instagram at Christy Castillo Fit. I will see you next time.